Welcome everybody to our Green Acres. My name is Teresa. The first project I'm going to upcycle in today's video is going to be this wooden heart. Now I got this a few months ago at the America's thrift store and I paid $2.99 for it. On the front it's got like a little detail on it. I'm going to flip it over to the back. You can see it used to look like it's probably had some kind of like little pieces of wood stuck on it and they've come off, or maybe some little legs, I'm not sure. But I'm just going to add some of my favorite transfers right now. These come to a pack and you get 3 sheets. And I'm going to make sure to have these linked down below. So if you're interested, you can go to my Amazon store and get these. These are absolutely beautiful. You can cut them up. You can layer them on your projects. But they really add such a beautiful detail, and especially to these natural wood projects. I applied the part of the transfer to one half of the heart. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to cut out another part of these transfer sheets, this one right here, and I'm going to apply it to the other side of the heart. And that's all I'm going to do. So for a $2.99, you know, we got a thrifted wooden heart piece, and then by simply adding some really pretty inexpensive transfers, now we got a really pretty piece that we can set up in our vignettes. And I'll style everything for you at the end of the video. Now the next project is going to be free for me. This was gifted to me from my neighbor. My neighbor Barbara is really good about calling me before she donates things and asks me if I would like to have them. And so usually I take her up on it and I go over and I get the things that she's, you know, going to donate anyway. And, you know, I try to upcycle them and do something else with them. She actually had purchased this clock for $5.99 at Goodwill. So I just removed that little paper clock face, and it left a little bit of glue residue. So I sanded it really well so it wouldn't be bumpy. I went over it with a couple layers of white paint. I did spray paint on this one since the weather's pretty. I'm trying to spray paint as many things as I can because it's so much easier and faster. Then I went over it with some sandpaper, a very light grit sandpaper, and I distressed it. Now my intentional idea was to use this pink bird decoupage design. This is a sheet of decoupage paper, and I'll have it linked down below because I thought it was beautiful. Well, I made a mistake here and I traced around the clock face. Once I got the little circle cut out, I realized the clock face was smaller than the circle of the clock. It actually turned out to be a blessing though, because I went through my stash and I found this one. This is a piece of decoupage paper that I had cut up in a previous video, and I have this one, this part of it left over, and I think it's so appropriate because it says tea time. So I think this one's going to work much better anyway. To make sure I got this one large enough for the little watch face, I just put it in and I went around it with my fingers and kind of got a guide going, and then I also went around with my pencil just to make sure I got this one large enough. Now to accommodate for that little post in the center of my clock, I just went in with a pencil and I marked it, and then very easily I just cut a really small slit with my scissors and just slid it back over that post. Now to apply my decoupage paper, y'all know I love to use my favorite decoupage medium, and that's DIY liquid patina. I do the top and I also do the bottom, and I go around the edges really well and also across the top. I reattach the clock hands, and now I think I want to put some rub and buff on them. Now I have rub and buff linked to my Amazon store, so I'll make sure to leave it down below also. This comes in different finishes. The one I'm using is called Antique Gold. Now, so nothing goes to waste. Y'all remember the decoupage paper that I tried to put in the clock face and it was too small? I'm not going to waste that. I am going to use it. I'm going to try to reconstruct it, put it back together, and I'm going to make a little hang tag out of it. Y'all know I love to make hang tags. You can get these a lot of times at Dollar Tree or Dollar General, and at Dollar General they're only $1. I just took the back of one that was a Christmas one. I painted it white. Now I'm going to put back that little decoupage paper because basically I just cut out a circle from it. But if you get this decoupage paper, you won't have to do all this to yours. You can just lay yours on in one piece, lay it on your hang tag, and you'll be good to go. But since I cut this one up because I thought, you know, this is too pretty to waste. So I'm just trying to show you, if you ever have project days to where you feel like everything goes wrong, like I was having on this day, Everything was either upside down or it didn't fit. Have y'all ever had days like that, or is it just me? Well, I'm just using my DIY liquid patina, and I'm just going back and I'm just applying all the pieces back together on this little hang tag. I'm just going to piece them back. And like I say, this way it will prevent me from, really wasting that whole beautiful piece of decoupage paper. And like I say, if y'all order this sheet, it's absolutely beautiful, and you actually get 2 designs on it. So you can really make 2 projects out of this one sheet of decoupage paper. And like I say, if you get this, you don't have to go through all this many steps. Yours will just go on in one piece, and you'll be good to go, and it'll be beautiful. So once everything dried, I just go around it with my sandpaper, and I just remove all the excess paper. Then I go around with my sandpaper and I just kind of smooth it off. Now, as you can see, my decoupage paper come up a little short at the top. So I'm just going to take some from the bottom, and I'm just going to apply that in that area. And a lot of times, if you add a bow or some kind of embellishment at the top, a lot of times when you have imperfections like this, you won't even notice it. So just a good way. This is what I love about decoupage paper. It's very forgiving. So if you do make mistakes, a lot of times you can go in, you can fix them, and you'll never know it. I went over the top of it and I sealed it really well. Now this project is done. Now this next project only cost me 99 cents. I purchased this at Goodwill. I know it's got an R on it. My daughter's name is Reagan, so I absolutely thought of her when I saw this. You can see it was originally from Hobby Lobby for $5.99, and this little R right here it just had one little spot of glue, and it come off super easy. Now this right here is magnetic, so I thought, what a great piece. Automatically thought this would make a great piece to put in our kitchen, and we can get some little magnets and put some little vintage recipes or photos on it. I painted it white, and now I'm using this this is kind of like a French country design on this. It's got the grain sack and the chickens and pears on it, so I thought this was absolutely beautiful. I applied the decoupage paper using my DIY liquid patina. I worked in sections, and I rolled over it as I went with my brayer to smooth out any wrinkles or air bubbles. Now once it dried, I'm just going to go around it really good with my sandpaper, and I'm going to sand off the excess paper. Now I decided I did not like this bright blue. It was a little bit too blue to me, and I wanted it a little bit more rustic looking. So I went around the edges with the sandpaper, and then I just went over the top of it really well with the sandpaper and kind of roughed it up. Now the next project is probably one of my favorites, but I got this is an old fishing tackle box. I got this at a church yard sale. He had $2 on it, but I ended up bundling with a bunch of other stuff, so I think I even paid less than that. The only thing that's wrong with this is that it had some kind of a black blob on it, so I just kind of sanded it down so it would be smooth, and I did tape off that little metal decal at the top because I thought I'd love to leave that original. So I taped it off with some painter's tape, and I went over it with a couple of layers of white spray paint. Now I'm going to remove the tape, and I'm going to show you what the little metal label looks like. But I thought that was so original. I don't know if this little box is old, but I think it is or was. And then, it makes a great little case that we can add some transfers to. And the transfers I used on this, I think, were absolutely beautiful. And again, they are some of my favorites. I have ordered 2 packs of these. And y'all, these are the ones that are linked in my Amazon store. And these are very affordable. So if you're looking for some really pretty transfers, I'm going to leave links to these down below in my description box. Make sure to go over and check them out. But I'm going to apply a few of these here and there. I just kind of went around on the toolbox and decided where I wanted to place them. And then you can just cut them apart and apply them where you want to. The thing about transfers is how easy they are to apply. And you can layer them and put them wherever you need them. Now I'm going across the top of this, and also I'm going to layer it across the front too. And it was very easy to do that. You just want to go slow, and it applies really well. I go over it with a clear sheet when I'm finished, and I burnish it down just to make sure it adheres to my project really well. Now on this side, I'm going to add this, and this is another one of the transfers in the pack. I just cut it apart and I put it on that side. Now, once I got those two on, I'm just kind of thinking of how, creative I want to get my little toolbox. And that's the fun of these projects. Once you get them painted, it's kind of like a fresh canvas and you're an artist. You just have fun with it and get creative and just create as you go and have fun. But I thought it needed a little bit of wording right there in the center, so I cut that out and applied it there. Now I decided, do I want to put something on the front? And of course, yes, we are. Now I'm going to do a little bit something different on this one. Since the top lid, comes up from the bottom, I'm going to cut this one in half and apply this to the top lid, and then I'm going to apply the other one to the bottom. And that way I don't have to go over that lip where it opens and closes. I feel like the transfer will hold up a lot better if it's cut and applied in two sheets. So that's what I did. And this is so easy, y'all. And when you get the final result done, you're just so amazed at how beautiful these pink transfers look on a project that we just painted white. And of course you can paint this any color you want to, if pink or, whatever color you use in the theme of your home. I think these pink florals will match a lot of stuff. Now we've got a great little toolbox. We got it at a church yard sale that we can put our craft supplies or our makeup in. Now let's upcycle a magazine rack. Y'all, magazine racks are probably one of my favorite things to upcycle because there's so many things that you can do with them and they're fun projects. All I did was on this one, I painted it white and then I went around and I distressed it using a piece of sandpaper. Then I realized I could take the inserts out of the center and I thought, I'm going to do that. There was a couple of screws on each side, so I just took the screws out and the little middle panels removed. I wish I'd have thought of that before I painted them. It was really hard getting in there and trying to get those painted, but I think now it gives us more room to now we can put pillows down in this, you can put throws in it, towels, so many things now that we can do now that it's open without the panels. You can always save the panels and always put them back in if you ever want to. Now once I got it inside, I decided I wanted to add a little bit of detail to the ends of it. So I'm just going to go very simple and I'm just using some little transfer pieces that I had left over from another project. And I will link these transfers down below too if they're still available. But I'm just going to apply one to each end of the magazine rack, and that is all I'm going to do. So just a quick little upcycle. So anytime you see magazine racks out at the thrift store or yard sales, pick those up because they make great and fun projects to DIY and use then in your home decor. The last project I'm going to work on before I'm going to show you the styling and staging of all the items that I've upcycled in today's video is going to be this candle holder. This has a wooden base and it had a lantern style globe that went on it. This item was free to me. My mother-in-law gave me this back at Christmas. She had her husband had a frame store. He closed it and he had some things in there that he had for sale and they didn't sell. So when he closed the store, they just gave them out at Christmas time to family members, and a lot of the family members gave me their gifts because they knew I had my channel and they knew I could upcycle them and could work on them, and this was one of them. So free item. All I did was I chalk painted it and I distressed it. I cleaned the globe up really well, and that is the original candle that was in it when she gave it to me. So this is a very easy project to work on. And pick these up if you see them at thrift stores and yard sales because they make beautiful decor, and I'm going to show you some ways of how we can style this piece, and this can be set out and used for all the seasons. Just a reminder, if you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I will also try to leave links to the greenery that I use with this candle holder down below. This beautiful piece right here I just received. This is from Ruth and Ruby, and I will have her information down in the comment section and also in the description box, but this will be absolutely beautiful for winter and Christmas time. Okay, y'all, it is time to tell y'all goodbye because we are at the end of the video. The time goes fast, doesn't it? And like I always tell y'all in my videos now, if you see things that you're interested in for your home that I make in my videos now or that I thrift, make sure to contact Steven at Steven's Unique Antiques, and I'll leave all his information down below in the description box, and he'll be happy to help you. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I've got a lot of content coming your way. Make sure you are subscribed to Teresa Greene, because that is my new channel where I'm showing y'all lots of updates on our waterfront condo, and it's really coming along. I think y'all are going to be amazed at the progress that we've made so far. As always, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I will plan to see y'all, God willing, in my next video, and I hope all of y'all have a great and wonderful weekend.
We'll be chilling and having a good time.